Hey, what's going on, everybody? Checkerboard and Connor here for Checkerboard Gaming. We're gonna be running the
Hump
first
Day.
episode. Okay,
Hump Day
Hump Day.
Help Desk.
That's right. Where we're gonna take we're gonna take a little bit of time out each day, each and every Wednesday. For now, every other Wednesday until we work something out so we can get him here every Wednesday. But for now, it's gonna be every other. So what we're gonna do is the show is gonna be running every Wednesday, but we are going to be running it with our guest commentator, Mr. Pooterbug, every other Wednesday for now. So aside from that, what we're going to be getting into is we're going to be going over the basics of one of my favorite games, one of Connor's favorite games. Probably not his favorite, but it's more mine.
Kind of.
But yeah, we're gonna be going over the basics of the game. I've had quite a few people, including recently a friend of mine, Joe, who had asked me about the ins and outs of World of Warcraft, what it's about. So. Yep, there's he wanted to know, just like a lot of other people, they wanted to just kind of get an idea of what we do in the game, kind of like what I do here. So I decided to dedicate about a week ago. Me and Connor put together this little idea, and I just kind of amped up on it.
Yep.
Where we're gonna dedicate about an hour every Wednesday, maybe a little more, to going over the basics of World of Warcraft. And
creepy.
What, my scorpion? Oh, he's fine. He's cuddly. Oh, you're falling. Okay, so anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in here, and we'll get ourselves a new character. So, like, this is my main character. This is my hunter. This is what happens when you dedicate the time and resources and stuff that you need to make a main character. This is what you get. Now I have a few other classes here. These are just the mage. Yeah, no, it's type check. But yeah, basically what we do is you start out at level 1. You got like crap gear. Not really too many spells or abilities. That's pouch check. That's a druid. We got spell check. We got a warlock.
That's pretty cool.
That is the staff of Gul'dan. That's his staff.
Ooh! Well, you killed him?
Well, I didn't kill him, but he's been killed. He's been dealt with.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got all these different characters here.
Ooh,
These guys right here are just they're just there to reserve the name for when I pull my my characters back over to Horde side.
What does spell check look like again?
Spell check? He's an undead warlock.
Oh yeah.
Like, I didn't really put like anything like into his looks or nothing, because they're gonna get deleted as soon as I have what do you call it? Yeah, that's
That looks like a gremlin before you feed him at midnight.
No, after you feed them.
After you feed him.
Yeah, before midnight they look way cuter. So.
They look so adorable.
Yeah, they're so adorable. The gremlins are not adorable. The mogwai are adorable. Mogwai.
Hey.
But yeah, they. So, let me turn my.
What?
There we go.
Your hunter's at.
He's 110. Yeah, that's my main character. I've got characters on the other realms too. Remember?
Yes.
So, alright. So anyway, what we're gonna do today is we are going to create a character specifically designed for this particular web series that we're gonna be doing here. So I'm thinking Checkpoint.
Yes.
You like that name?
Yeah.
Checkpoint. Okay.
Checkpoint. Get it? Checkpoint.
Yes, I get it. That's the whole reason I made the name. All right, so what we'll do is we'll start with a new character. So since all my characters over here are Horde, we're going to go with a Horde character. We're going to be male, obviously, for this. So what we can do is we can, from this screen, what you do to start you out is... No, they don't. They're actually pretty good.
Oh, do a Death Knight.
No, I'm not doing a Death Knight. I already have a Death Knight.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my Death Knight right here. Look at him.
Ooh.
Yeah, you haven't seen him. Yeah, he is really sick looking. No, why would I do that? That makes absolutely no sense. I would never do that. That makes no sense whatsoever. So anyway, yeah. Oh, watch what his armor does. It's really cool. You see those spikes on his shoulders?
Yeah.
Watch.
Oh!
See the discs?
Yeah, they're going a little more faster.
They're sucking in energy. Yep, and then they release. Isn't that cool? All right, so anyway, we'll go to our new character screen, and we'll create our horde character.
Is it
So
gonna be level 1 or level 1?
it's gonna start at level 1.
Okay.
So basically, what we do with this character here
Level 1
is
cheating.
no, it's not cheating. It's you're skipping ahead. We don't want to skip ahead to level 100 because then people won't know what we're doing. So that's the problem with it.
They'll probably go like, "You're cheating!"
No, it's not that we're cheating. It's not cheating. So basically, what we're gonna do is from this screen, you can pick whatever race you want to choose. So
Do a gnome.
you would go with. You can't be a gnome. They're horde. They're alliance. I'm playing horde. I'm playing on this side.
Can I see what a gnome looks like again? Oh, right.
Yeah, and they sound stupid.
Zip.
And gnomes can even be hunters now, which is totally just ridiculous. I don't like it. Look how they look when they're a hunter. Look at this. Look, a gnome hunter. Look, they have a mechanical pet.
Really?
Yes, a mechanical rabbit pet. And yeah,
what does a Death Knight one look like?
A gnome Death Knight looks like this. And you can still see their big nose.
Yep.
See? So anyway, all right. So here's what we're gonna do. Okay, so we got. All right, we'll start here. So, moving right along, what we're going to do is from this screen, we're going to select the character that the race that we want to choose based on the class we want. So, if you pull out the more info tab, warriors, it'll give you, if you click on this button over here, more info, it'll pop these two windows open here, and you'll get it. It'll give you a breakdown of what these classes. What all these classes specifically do.
I think you should do an undead.
No.
Why?
Because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically,
if he has a beard.
Basically what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go through the different races and the different classes that those races can be. So as you notice, there's a few that are grayed out. Like Paladin, Druid, Demon Hunter, those. The only race on the Horde side that can be a Demon Hunter is a Blood Elf. If you hover over it, see it'll say that you can only have one Demon Hunter per realm. Demon Hunters are a hero class, which means they start at a high level, and it gives you basically a breakdown. But so if you were to pick one of those, like it won't let me select it because I have one on this realm already, but it's just there to reserve the name. So
where is the other one?
It's in my character list. See, double check. But I haven't done anything with her yet. She's just sitting there. So she's 98. She's the start level. I haven't even logged in on her yet. So, and we'll go over that too. We'll go over the Demon Hunter starting area too. But right now we're doing just intros. So basically, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna create ourselves a horde character. So, what you want to do here? Let me get this introduction out, okay, buddy?
Okay.
All right. So, and if you have any questions, make sure you ask.
Cheap shot. Look.
So we're going to start at the top of the list with a warrior. Warriors are just brutal damage dealers, but they can also be a tank. Tanks in this game, their role is specifically to provide protection from for your teammates against whatever it is that you're trying to fight. So if you go into a dungeon or a raid, something to that extent, there's going to be elite monsters or elite mobs, whatever they're called, and
what does iced coffee taste like?
No, you cannot have any.
I like coffee.
That's great, but we don't need two people in this house addicted to it. So
I'm gonna take one.
You'll get addicted to it. So anyway, back to what I was saying. The tank class, or the tank role for this class. They don't dish out as much damage as a tank, but they do get the ability to. They wear plate no matter what. You wear mail until level 40, and then you can upgrade to wearing plate. Plate armor. What?
What does that guy look like?
Don't worry about it. We're not discussing the looks right now. Okay. We can go through all that later on. Okay. So anyway, they basically they have an ability called Charge, which allows them to run at a really high speed. They can, rush to their opponents or whatever. Let's see. Oh, bear with me for one moment, you guys. Let's see. Sorry about that. Had to get with a buddy of mine here. So anyway, So basically, what you have is with a warrior, you've got they have the ability
Shield
to
wall, charge,
yes,
execute.
you can be a tank or melee damage. You
Execute.
Yep, you can defend yourself or others with heavy armor and shields.
Ooh.
You can charge quickly around the battlefield. There's an ability, like I said, that you get. It's called charge. Don't play with that. Come on. And what charge just so that you just run at high speed allows you to move around pretty
How much
quick.
damage
So
does it take?
that depends on what level, how much health and armor you have. That's more of a detail. We're doing basically a basic overview right now. So and we only got about another maybe an hour at the most to get this all nailed out. So I got to move kind of quick. Okay, buddy.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to get a water.
Okay, go ahead. Go get a drink. So, continuing on, next class we have available is a paladin. Now, I'm just gonna switch over here because orcs cannot be paladins. A paladin is they're more of a trifecta. They have these guys can be one of three different roles. They can be a tank, healer, or a damage dealer, depending on what spec they choose. So, if you were to pick a paladin and you wanted to be a tank, you would spec into protection spec. If you wanted to be a healer, you would go with holy, or a damage dealer, you would go with retribution spec. And the different specs we'll go into later on too. But these guys are a triple threat. These, along with druids and monks, they can be one of three.
Ow!
What?
That minion bit my toe.
What?
I think that was minion.
Oh, get out of my slippers. Go, get. Go on.
What's that, minion?
Yeah, a little dummy.
He bit my toe.
No, he was nibbling on it. So anyway, all right. So here, Connor, you go ahead and you read these 4 yellow bullet points, okay?
Wait, these or
Nope.
that?
This start from here.
Roll
Oh, well, hold on. I want you to read this, and this one. Okay, read those 4.
Roll tank, healer, or melee damage. Protect the weak with heavy armor, shields, and holy powers.
Yep. Wield.
Wield melee weapons infused with holy magic. Improve your group with powerful blessings.
That's right. So now, basically, what allow? Yeah, there's different abilities that you have as a paladin, depending on your spec. They're heavily armored fighters, and what they do is they use holy magic to heal wounds and combat evil. They can focus on two-handed weapons, shields, or healing. So they can be one of 3. They can be a tank, healer, or a damage dealer, depending on what you want to do. So that's the awesome thing about paladins. They're a really fun class to play too. Next on the list we have is a hunter. This is personally my favorite. I love playing a hunter. They're ranged or melee damage. Here, go ahead and read the bullet points.
Rolls range.
Whenever you see that colon, the 2 dots there, that's kind of like a pause between the next part, just so you know. So you say roll, and then this tells you what their role is.
Roll. Ranged or melee damage. Harness the power of the wild to destroy foes. Gain beasts of your choice as lifelong champion.
Nope. Try again.
Companions. Track, disable, and kill your prey.
Yep.
Symbol abilities. Unlimited shot.
No.
Aimed shot. Call pet. Tar trap. Tar trap.
Yes. Tar trap. It creates a pool of tar and it slows them down. So those are just some of the sample abilities that a hunter would have.
And then,
okay, at level 100 or at lower levels they have these little abilities. What's up?
Is there such thing as obsidian?
Obsidian?
Yeah.
In this game, yeah, it's a type of ore.
No, like in real life.
Oh, I think so.
Because we saw it at school.
Oh, okay. Well, then, I mean, if you saw it at school, it's probably true. We'll Google it later. We'll Google it later. We want to focus on this right now. So, all right. Next on the list, we have a rogue. Rogues are kind of like ninjas. They sneak around in stealth and
cheap shot.
Yeah. So here's what we'll do. Go ahead and read the bullet points, Connor.
Roll. Melee damage, hide in plain sight with the stealth ability.
So they're kind of invisible almost until you get too close.
Control your enemies with underhanded attacks.
So they're like sneaky attacks, like cheap shot. You sneak up behind them in stealth, and you bang them in the head hard, and they're stunned and they can't do anything. And it allows you to attack them.
Why does it show something poking his eye?
It's a cheap shot. That's just the icon they use for cheap shot. So then you got deadly poison and stealth. So combo melee abilities to deliver deadly finishing blows. Rogues are incredibly dangerous if played right. They are very, very lethal killers.
If they were real,
these guys are really, yeah, they're dangerous.
If they were real, you would die in one hit.
Well, if people could use a stealth ability, this world would be a very dangerous place. So next on the list we have a priest.
Ooh.
Now priests can roll one of two ways. They can go with. Well, actually, here we'll have you read the description here.
Roll healer or ranged damage.
Mm-hmm.
Protect others with powerful shield and healing abilities. Wield deadly shadow magic to destroy enemies and instill fear and control the minds of others.
Mm-hmm. Right, slow down. Take a break between each part.
Sample
abilities.
Sample abilities.
Yep. Speak up so they can hear you.
Power word shield.
Yep.
Prayer of healing. Shadow word pain.
Mm-hmm. So priests, I'll read the bottom part. Priests are well-rounded healers with a variety of tools. However, they can also sacrifice their healing to deal damage with shadow magic instead.
So they can die for their friend?
No, they sacrifice their healing abilities. So they give up their ability to heal in exchange for dark shadow magic, and they can deal damage instead.
Instead of healing?
Yes.
Okay.
So then they become a shadow priest instead.
What's a shaman?
So shaman, we'll go with the orc because orcs can be shamans. So,
ooh, those are some cool looking.
Those are fist weapons. So, all right. So, you go ahead and read the bullet points and sample abilities. Remember to take a break between each bullet point. Okay.
Roll. Healer ranged, damage or melee damage, enchant your melee weapons with spells.
Mm-hmm.
Can call on spiritual power to restore injured allies. Use totems to disable enemies.
Heal
or deal damage.
That's right.
Sample abilities.
So for the sample abilities, the first one is what?
Chain heal.
Mm-hmm.
Fire elemental.
No, read the tooltip. What's it say?
Chain heal. Heals your target, then jumps to heal several nearby friendly targets.
That's right. So it looks like it almost looks like a water spout that's like skipping between people, and it's funny because in the game, do you know what else they call them?
What?
They call them Jesus beams.
Jesus beams.
Yeah, they call them Jesus beams. Like healing from God.
Jesus.
All right. So next we got what?
Fire elemental.
Fire elemental.
Call forth a greater fire elemental to fight by your side for a short time.
Very good. And last but not least,
fire a bolt of lightning at your targets.
There you
go.
What
if you punched somebody and a lightning bolt struck right on them?
Well, if you're spec into enhancement, you can do that. That's an ability that's later on. You're not going to find that right now. So basically, what we do is shamans use the power of the elements to enhance their weapon damage or spells. They summon totems in combat, small objects that disable enemies, heal, or cause damage to enemies. So next on the list we have a mage. Okay.
Ooh, I like that whole.
Oh, the staff? Yeah.
That's a cool looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
What if this game looks real? Like it looks realistic.
What if it looked more realistic? I think if it looked more realistic, I think it would probably be they might have to increase the age limit of people who could play it. Because if it looked too realistic, I don't think that a lot of parents would allow their kids to play it. Like if you see this guy, but he looked like more realistic, like if he looked more like him, going up against somebody that looked like him and he killed him, then you would see the blood and the wound and all that. It would look really, really
That's why they just make it look.
That's why they make it look more cartoony, because if it's more cartoony with violence, it's not quite as
Bloody.
suggestive. Yeah, that's all. So that's what that is.
Uh,
So next on the list we have our mage. Their role is what?
Blank roll. Ranged damage.
Mm-hmm.
Blast your enemies with powerful ranged attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Wield powerful spells that can affect multiple targets.
Otherwise known as AOE, or area of effect. It affects a certain area, so anything in that area is going to get hit with that particular spell.
Ooh.
So they have like this spell, Blizzard. That's an AOE spell.
Oh, you know,
It's ice shards pelt a large area, dealing damage to all enemies it hits.
You know our snow blizzard, like that. The snow blizzard.
That's kind of what it is. It's kind of what it's about. So what's the next? What's the last bullet point?
Control the battlefield by freezing or fully morphing enemies.
Yes, polymorphing enemies. So hold on. I'm going to expand on this a little bit. When they're talking about control the battlefield by freezing or polymorphing enemies, that's a crowd control, or a CC is what they call it in the game. Now, a crowd control, a CC ability is like this, where it says polymorph, where they can turn you into an animal. They can turn you into a sheep or a black cat or a monkey or something like that. So with that particular ability, it's a very good form of crowd control.
What if Mogwais were in this?
Okay, we're talking about WoW though. Okay? Hey, you're getting off topic. Alright? So, the sample abilities, we got Blink, Blizzard, and Fireball. These are like some sample abilities that mages can get. Okay, depending on your spec. Blink, it allows you to teleport a short distance in front of you. Blizzard, we already read. And Fireball hurls a ball of fire, dealing damage to your enemy. Okay? Mages are the iconic magic users of Azeroth, which is the world that the World of Warcraft is based in, who learn their craft through intense research and study. They make up for their light armor with a potent array of offensive and defensive spells. So it allows them to shield themselves with a frost, fire, or arcane barrier, so you have to break through the barrier before you can do any damage to them. They have an ability like Frost Nova, where they shoot out a sheet of ice all around them, and anything that's near them gets caught in it, and they get frozen. They get locked in the ground with a sheet of ice, and they can't move. They're stuck.
Dad,
What?
are those like ice
Ice shards? Yes.
What if there's one called Ice Shard Wall?
No, that's not a thing. So we're gonna keep it moving, okay? So next on the list we have our Warlock. Okay, Warlocks are basically like the bane of existence. Like, these guys are just they're the good guys, but they're evil at the same time. It's kind of a they're kind of
what does a human one look like?
Looks the same as an orc, just they just look like a human. So anyway, what we have here, go ahead and read the bullet points.
Roll range damage. Summon powerful demons.
Demon servants
to do your
bidding.
Curse, drain, and afflict your targets with corruption.
Yep, good boy.
Burn your enemies with fire and shadow range magic.
Exactly. All right, so sample abilities. The first one is what?
Drain life.
Mm-hmm.
Drain the life of your enemies. Simulation.
No, simultaneously. That's a hard one. I know. I'm sorry. Simultaneously. So it's at the same time. You're draining the life out of them and restoring your own health. You're basically sucking the life out of them.
Oh.
That's what it's called. Drain life.
Does it kill them in one hit?
No. It slowly drains the life out of them. But it's when you have all your other damage over time spells or your dots on them. Then this combined with that, they take a lot of damage.
Restoring your own health.
Mm-hmm. Soulstone.
Store your soul, allowing you to immediately.
Good job.
Resurrect after death.
Good job. So what that does here, you can't see. You got to sit up. So So what that does is it's basically like, you remember in Harry Potter with the Horcrux, where Voldemort took a piece of his soul and hid it in an object,
Oh yeah.
and if his physical body was to die, they could conjure up a spell and use that object and put it in the spell, and it would bring him back to life.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of what a soul stone does. It's the same thing.
Summon demon. Wait, you could summon a demon?
Yeah, that's what it just said. Summon powerful demon servants to do your bidding. So you can summon a demon like this guy, like an imp.
Ugh.
Imps have an ability called Blood Pact. It's a passive ability, meaning it's always on, and it increases the amount of health that you naturally have. So
That's why it says damage done by pets increases.
well, no, that's for orcs. That's different. That's for this particular race. This race is different. See, so and we'll go over those traits shortly too. Okay, we got about a half an hour or so, a little more than a half an hour to get all this done. So, so basically, warlocks can cast fire or shadow magic to damage, drain, or curse their enemy, and they summon demons as servants. I can go to my demon hunter and I can read the thing though.
Yeah, but we don't want to do that.
Well, I can go to another server and do it too if I wanted to. But anyway, so next we have on the list is a monk. Okay, so
barefoot?
because he's kind of like a ninja, they're monks.
Oh,
So,
wait, ninjas are barefoot.
just read the bullet points. All right, go ahead.
Monk. Roll tank, healer, or melee damage. Master the material arts martial arts shrug of damage as you move quickly around the battlefield.
You guys look straight, buddy. They can't see you.
Use your mystic powers to heal your allies. Sample abilities: Fists of Fury. Fists of Fury. Pummel all targets in front of you.
So you're like, but you do it really fast. So go All right.
Keg smash.
Yep. So
Smash a keg up, brew, dealing damage to all enemies near your target.
That's right. And then
Roll. Roll a short distance.
So you just basically you dive out in front of you and then you curl up into a roll. So that's what that does. So oh no, we got DC'd. All right.
No.
Give me a second. We'll log back in a second here. Give me a second. I'll pull up I'll pull it back up here. Yeah. Oh, it's because we didn't log into the actual game, so it booted us out. That's all. That's all. Don't do that. Oh, that makes noise. People can hear it.
Oh.
And it can make like a feedback sound.
Oh God.
Yeah, and those are really bad. So calm down. Okay. All right. So.
What are those guys?
Those are Felguards. The demons.
What?
All right. So this is not where I want to be. I want to be.
No. Oh no.
Back to.
We were on the monks.
So yep. So creating new character, monk, horde. Okay. So more information. So this is the little button right here. We got a couple more to go. Or actually, yeah, 3 more to go. So, basically, monks are known for their fighting skill.
No, 2 because the demon hunter
we
won't
can
work.
still do the demon hunter though. We can look through it.
Why can't you only have one demon hunter?
Because it's a hero class, same as the Death Knight. You can only have one Death Knight on the server. So, monks are known for their skill in hand-to-hand fighting. They rely on their fists and feet as much as their weapons. Stop moving your head around. You got the mic. They can't hear me if you're wiggling around. It'll make my voice go in and out.
Oh.
Yeah, so stay still. All right, so they can also specialize in calling upon restorative power of the mists to heal allies. So basically, these guys are another trifecta, just like similar to paladins and druids for that matter. They can either be a tank, healer, or damage dealer. So they can protect their enemies, heal their enemies, or fend off enemies with damage. So, but yeah, that's basically what the roles that monks can play. Now, we'll go down to like the Tauren here, the cowmen. So because those trolls are the only ones that can be druids. Now, the role for
Why does it
For a
look like
druid,
he has wings on the back of him?
he doesn't. Those are his shoulders.
I know, but
Oh, they're not wings. So go ahead and read the bullet points.
roll tank, healer, range damage, or melee damage. Shape shift into the furrow
Sound it out. You're doing good.
suos
Furrow.
ferocious
Ferocious, yes.
ferocious cat ranged
Cat.
Cat.
Ranged owlkin. There's a
ranged
comma, so slow down.
owlkin.
So you got a cat, a ranged owlkin, or a moonkin, or a resilient bear.
Call upon the powers of nature to heal yourself and others. Be a true hybrid able to assume any role.
So they could be, in other words, what they can do is they can go into bear form.
And cat form.
Well, hold on. They can go into bear form, and that allows them to tank. They can go into cat form or owlkin form, moonkin form, and they can be either as a cat, they can be melee damage, where they turn into a cat and they claw and bite at their enemies like a wild panther would. Or they can go into an owlkin form where they call on the magic of the stars and the moon to attack their enemies from range, from far away. Or they can be a restoration spec druid and they can use the powers of nature to heal. So they can be literal. They are the only true hybrid class in the game. They can be a tank, a healer, a melee, or a ranged damage dealer. And they can actually, there are some abilities that intertwine with all four specs. You can be a guardian druid.
Have we done priest?
Yes, we've done priest. We got demon hunter and death knight to go. Yeah, with a druid you can be a tank, you can be a healer, a ranged damage dealer, or a melee damage dealer.
Wow.
They're a true hybrid. And like I said, there's abilities that they can shapeshift into all those forms except for Moonkin. But if you're spec balance, cover your mouth when you yawn. That's rude.
Oh.
If you're spec balance, where you can turn into a Moonkin, you can also shapeshift into all the other forms too.
Wow.
But your specialization, the spec you are, whether you're Guardian, which is a bear, Resto, which is a healer,
Yeah.
Feral, which is a cat, or Balance, which is an owlkin, a moonkin. Okay, if you're one of those specs, that's where you're going to shine the most. So even if you're an owlkin, a moonkin, you can still go into bear form and tank, but you're not going to be very good at it. You're going to take damage just like any other person would. And a little bit less because you got a lot more armor in bear form. But you wouldn't do as good in bear form if you were spec balance as a guardian druid would be spec or would do as a tank, because they're spec for it. They're built for it. So their specialization is tailored around their ability to take massive blows and not get killed for it. You know, a Moonkin druid could go into bear form and take one or two massive blows, but then they're done. They can't take no more. But that's why they're a hybrid. It allows them to play multiple roles often at the same time. So they're a very, very good class to play.
Oh.
The next class on the list is the Demon Hunter, which I don't know why it's not allowing me to. So what we'll do is we'll go to my Demon Hunter here.
Demo check.
Yep. So we'll go to demo check. You know what? I think I might have to actually go to a different server in order to pull up the Demon Hunter info. So let me check something quick.
Nope.
See. Still not lighting up even as a. Nope.
Why does a night elf even look like a demon hunter?
Let's try one more thing here, because I want to be able to pull that up. I didn't think about that. So,
Ice crow.
Yep, it might let me pick.
Oh, wait.
It might let me do the Demon Hunter if I pick the what do you call it? One class trial. Highest level character has to be 70, so I can't. Yeah, so it's not going to let me pull up the Demon Hunter. So essentially, Demon Hunters.
Is that Emily?
Yes, that's Emmy's character. That's her druid. She's level 12.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. You got 3 levels to go, and you can make your Demon Hunter on this realm too. So anyway, we'll go back into here. So now what we're going to do is, as far as the Demon Hunter goes, okay, with a Demon Hunter, I can't go into the more info tab like I can, but with the Demon Hunter, what it allows them to do is they have the ability to, because they have uh, it allows them to, they're part demon. They have a demon. They basically took over a demon. Like they allow themselves to be possessed by a weakened demon. Um, and they control the demon. I mean, the demon constantly gnaws at their thoughts, their every, their every action. But they're constantly fighting for control of this demon that's within them. But what they did, the reason they sacrificed themselves to do this is so that they could obtain great power
The new ones are 55.
That's the Death Knight. That's different. We'll go into that in a minute.
Yep.
Okay, I'm talking, so hang on.
Okay.
Okay. So with the way the Demon Hunter, the kind of the story, the backstory behind them is, here, look at me. So basically, what happened is they give up they give up their flesh. Basically, they give up their regular body to be basically to have a demon possess them. So their skin is like fell pocked. They have like rips in their skin where like fell magic is starting to shine through. They have they grow horns and like small like horn like.
Some of them are blind.
They're all blind, but I mean they can see, but they're blind. Like they can't see the way we see. They see figures, silhouettes, and shadows and stuff like that. But it allows them
Does
to
the
see.
King of Demon Hunters see that? Like the
Yes,
guy that
they all
killed the
do.
guy that killed him.
Killed Gul'dan, yeah.
He could see normal.
Illidan Stormrage sees like we see. His eyes were burned out. Sargeras himself burned his eyes out. So, anyway, long story short, they sacrificed their body to gain immense demon power to use against the Legion. So against the Burning Legion. So they want to, which is like the main enemy in this game. So what they do is they look at it like they're going to fight fire with fire. They'll use the weapons of the enemy against them.
Dad,
What?
What's the strongest character on this?
That's up for debate, and that's a conversation for another time. We'll talk about that one of these days too.
Like
Okay.
the next Wednesday?
Maybe we'll see. We're gonna go in kind of a scale. We're gonna go from the beginning. That's why we're just covering the basics of the game. Introduction to each class, each race, so that people can kind of have an idea of what they might want to be should they decide to want to play the game.
Are we even playing of any of these guys?
We will.
Oh.
We're gonna pick one to play in a little bit. So, Death Knight, go ahead and take your drink and read the bullet points for me.
Roll tank or melee damage. Raise the dead to serve you. Attack with melee weapons, spells, and disease. Start at level 55.
Slow down. Take a break.
Sample
Abilities.
ability.
Yep.
Army of the Dead.
Now, what does that do?
That does summons a legion of ghouls to fight by your side for a short time.
Mm-hmm. Next. What's that one? Oh,
Death and Desi.
no.
Duke. And
Deek.
Decay.
DK. Yes, Death and Decay.
Corrupt the ground beneath your feet, dealing damage to all nearby enemies.
So what it does basically is it puts a big circle. It's an area of effect spell, an AoE spell.
Yeah.
It drops like runes and blood and death in like a huge circle around you on the ground, and anybody standing in it takes damage.
Okay. Death Grip. Reach out and grab your target, pulling them to you.
So basically what that does is, oh, hold on one moment. Let me just answer this phone call here.
Pause.
You can't pause a live stream, buddy. Hello? Me and Connor are doing the very first episode of Hump Day Help Desk.
Yay!
I'll explain it later. Yeah, Wednesday, Hump Day. It's the middle of the week. You're getting over the hump in the week. That's Hump Day. That's why they call it Hump Day. Hump Day Help Desk. So, where are you at the store? All right, because I'm live streaming right now. So, what's up? Mm-hmm. Well, what's going on? Okay, all right. I'll see you when you get here, babe. All right, I love you. All right. Okay. Yep. Sorry about that, guys. So, all right. So here's what we do. Okay. With the Death Knight, with Death Grip, the last sample abilities that they have here, what it gives it, basically what
Are
it
you
does.
pulling them to you?
Yes, it harnesses. They basically what they do is they harness the unholy energy that surrounds everything. It basically surrounds all matter. So here you gotta sit up more because they can't see you. There you go.
There we go.
All right, there, that's better. So what it does is it harnesses all the energy around, and what it does is it allows the energy to fasten itself to you, and they pull you to them. So that's how that works. That's what they do. They yank you over to them. So Death Knights are a hero class, just like the Demon Hunter. Which unlike Demon Hunters who start at 98, Death Knights start at 55. You do like a little. Look at me, I'm talking to you. There's like a little scenario where you have to where you serve the Lich King for a little bit.
Yay.
And well, that's a bad thing because he's a bad guy.
Oh God.
I mean, he sends you down and kills a whole bunch of innocent people, but he has control of your mind, so he doesn't you don't know really what you're doing. Like you know, but you can't control it anyway. So that's basically what the storyline starts. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody and tell people how it ends, but anyway.
No.
So hold on. So next on the list here, what we're going to do is we're going to just quickly buzz through each of the bullet points for the races.
Do I have to read them?
Do you have to read them? You can cover your mouth when you yawn because that's rude. No, you don't have to read them. I'll buzz through them really quick.
Yay.
So first on the list is the human. Humans have increased haste, critical strike rather, mastery, and versatility. So they basically sit up straight.
Okay.
Don't be lazy. It allows them to it gives them a slight advantage on the battlefield. They get a bonus to reputation gains. And what are you doing?
My ear itches.
Oh. They have a bonus to reputation gains. It's a passive ability called diplomacy. And they can break out of stun effects with an ability called Every Man for Themselves. Dwarves, they have an ability called Stone Form, where they can literally turn their skin to stone for a short time. And it makes it so that when they do that, it makes them immune. It removes any diseases, poisons, and bleeds. It makes them immune for the duration of the ability.
They almost could be everybody except for Druid.
Yes. Druids and Demon Hunters, they can't be. So they have an increased effect from critical strikes. They're resistant to frost damage, and they find additional archaeology fragments and survey faster. So they have it's a passive ability that allows dwarves, because they're diggers. It allows them.
I thought gnomes were diggers.
No, gnomes are more like engineers. We'll get to them in a minute. So next on the list is the Night Elf.
Loves the Night Elf.
Yes, he does. Night Elves, they can fade into the shadows with an ability called Shadow Meld.
Ooh.
They're more difficult to hit because they have increased dodge ability, probably because they're so lanky and they can, kind of wiggle out. Can't catch me. Oh, right. So, they when they do die and they're trying to get back to their body, they have an ability called Wisp. They turn into a little spirit wisp, and they can move back to their body faster.
Does anybody see them?
No, not when you're dead. They do have increased resistance to nature damage. They move faster while stealth, and they have faster attacks at night and increased critical strike chance during the day.
Wait a second. They could go stealth?
No, if you play a rogue, if you play like a night elf rogue, for example, they move faster while they're in stealth than every other race does. That's all. So next we have gnomes. Right? So the gnome is
Can you please do warrior?
These are the ankle biter class, or the ankle biter race of Azeroth. These are the cute little The cute little gnomes. They're cute little bitches. So yeah.
Look how small they are. I could crush them.
Yes, yeah, but you don't want to because they're so cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they have a racial ability that they can use. It's called escape artist because they're so tiny they can get out of speed altering effects. So every minute or two, if you attack them with an ability that slows them down, they can pop escape artist and they can get out of the snare and get away quick.
Like,
So what they
wonder
do?
why their legs are so small. They run so fast.
Well, no, they run slower. You would think they run slower because their legs are shorter. But anyway, they have an increased resource pool. So whether it's rage, mana, whatever the resource is for their special attacks, it's increased because of they have an ability called expansive mind because their brains are so much more advanced. They're so smart. They get more of a resource pool because.
Why do they have such little heads, but they're smart?
Well, their heads are just as big as anybody else's head. Think about it. Look how big his head is, right? And then look at a gnome's head. It's actually a little bigger. Gnomes are kind of weird. But anyway, they're resistant. Well, hold on, let me finish. They're resistant to arcane damage. They have an increased engineering skill because of how smart they are, and they have a built-in haste ability that allows them to attack faster.
Why does it?
Cover your mouth.
Why does a gnome look like a dwarf?
They're not a dwarf. That's a dwarf.
Yeah,
that's a
quite
gnome.
bigger.
They're way smaller. Gnomes are the smallest race on Azeroth.
They look like a leprechaun.
Yes, kind of. So next on the list is the Draenei. Now these are all the races of the Alliance. Okay. The Draenei are they're an alien race from the planet of Argus. They fled their planet of Argus. Look at me. They fled their whenever I tap you, it means look at me. Whenever they fled the planet of Argus that they were originally from because the Burning Legion had invaded it. The Lord of the Burning Legion tricked two of the three leaders of Argus, Kil'jaeden and Archimonde. Yes, he tricked them into believing that he was kind of a good guy, enticed them with all this power, and then kind of revealed like what his true plan was. So they think like they look at Sargeras like he's kind of like a good guy. You know what I mean? So when the prophet Velen saw the evil that Sargeras was really planning, and he wouldn't do it. But his brothers wouldn't listen to him. Kil'jaeden and Archimonde wouldn't listen to him. So they joined the Burning Legion and turned around and destroyed their own homeworld and anybody that wouldn't join the Legion along with it. So they fled Argus, the planet they originally from, and landed on Draenor, where the orcs are from. But the Burning Legion chased them down there, corrupted the orcs, used the orcs to kill the Draenei. The Draenei fled again and wound up on Azeroth, where we are. That's how they got there. So, long story short, they've been running from the Burning Legion ever since. Now they're here. They have allies here that all want to fight the Burning Legion. They have allies here that all want to fight the Burning Legion. So now they have backup, so they can go take their home world back. So sit up straight. You're falling. Okay, so next on the list we have the Worgen.
Oh, I love those things.
I'm not a fan of the Worgen. Oh, wait, hold on. We forgot to go over the Draenei. So the Draenei get increased jewel crafting. They get an increased jewel crafting skill. They have an ability called Gift of the Naru, which allows them to heal themselves or others over time. It's like a 2-minute ability that only they have. They can cast it on you or themselves. They have increased agility, intellect, and strength.
Wait, they have a tail?
Yes, they have a tail.
Yeah.
So they are also resistant to shadow damage. See, driven from their home world of Argus, the honorable Draenei fled the Burning Legion for eons before finding a remote planet to settle on. They shared this world with the shamanistic orcs and named it Draenor. In time, the Legion corrupted the orcs who waged war on the nearly exterminated peaceful Draenei. A lucky few fled to Azeroth, where they now seek their allies in their battle against the Burning Legion. See? So it's
You're
basically what I
right.
just said. So the Worgen, they can periodically move quickly, called Dark Flight. It allows them to run quickly, so they have like an extra sprint. Um, they have increased critical strike chance.
Mm-hmm.
They're resistant to both nature and shadow damage, and they have a skinning skill speed increase because they have claws.
Yeah,
They
because
can
they're
skin
wolves.
things quicker. Yes, because they're part wolf. Yes,
They're
well, they're
werewolves.
werewolves. They're man wolves. Um, Basically,
But why did
they
they
were
use
first unleashed
Worgen?
upon the Eastern Kingdoms by Archmage Arugal during the Third War, primarily used as a weapon against the Scourge. The beast soon proved to be a burden greater than the humans of Warlock could
Excuse
bear.
me, Dad.
What?
Why is the Worgen called Why is this werewolf called a Worgen instead of a werewolf?
It's just another name for it.
Oh.
So anyway, a mysterious curse began to spread among those who fought alongside the Wolfmen, causing them to become Worgen themselves. The curse rapidly spread as it reached Gilneas. Look at me. Trapping its inhabitants behind the very walls built to protect them. The survivors of the curse now seek to find their new fate for their people. Their destiny is unwritten.
What?
Yes, we'll do the Pandaren last. So on the Horde side, you have the Orcs. They have a residual effect from when they were under the control of the Burning Legion called Bloodlust.
Bloodlust?
Yes, they can basically make themselves like super angry. They can enrage. You don't want them? Okay. So they can enrage to increase damage.
Mm-hmm.
They're resilient to stun effects, and I wouldn't say they're resistant. You can't stun an orc for as long as any other race. They're kind of hard headed.
Get it?
Yes. They plus they have an ability, passive ability called Command, where their pets do more damage
Than other allies?
than other people's pets. Yeah, they originated on Draenor, peaceful people with shamanic beliefs.
Were they peaceful?
They were peaceful until the Burning Legion came and corrupted them all. So they sicked them on Azeroth, and they made a mess. But I'm not, like I said, I'm going to try to go through these quickly. So
How much time do we have left?
we have about, I want to say, 10 more minutes, give or take.
Oh.
So we're almost done, buddy.
Yay.
So what they do is, I'm talking.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I just don't
Okay.
want to
Don't do that. All right. So, do you want to go? Like, do you want to go? You don't want to be here?
No.
Okay.
I still want to stay.
Okay. So, next we got the Undead, or the Forsaken. They can remove fear, sleep, and charm effects with an ability called Will of the Forsaken. So if they get feared, put to sleep, or put under a charm, they can use their Will of the Forsaken to break out of it.
Ah.
Okay. They can consume corpses to regain health and mana, so they can cannibalize. So if you're dead, they can eat you.
Wow.
Yeah, well, they're undead. So they can drain health from enemies. There's an ability called Touch of the Grave that if they attack you, their attacks can do a little bit extra damage and heal them with that extra damage. Okay, it's not a lot, but it helps. And they are resistant to shadow damage. So yeah, so any shadow spells, they have a resistance to it. They were once mindless slaves to the Lich King. The gruesome Forsaken have overthrown his rule. Let me finish talking. Don't interrupt. They overthrow his rule and pledge loyalty to the Banshee Queen Sylvanas, and they basically she's almost like a new Lich King, but she doesn't like enslave them like mindless beings. They can still do what they want.
Excuse me, Dad.
What?
What does a girl undead look like?
Well, there's a male, and like that would be like a female undead.
Ew.
Well, they're corpses. What do you want? So, basically, what we got here is next on the list we have the Tauren. The Tauren they're pretty peaceful. They're really big on preserving the balance of nature. They're more of a peaceful race, but don't piss them off.
No, don't.
It's it's the same thing that happens if you grab a bull by the horns. Not a good idea. They because they're so big, they're massive. They can stomp and stun nearby enemies. They have increased stamina, so they have more health than most other or all other races. Um, Herbalism skill is and their speed is increased, so their ability to gather herbs is faster. They have resistance to nature damage, and they get an increased effect from critical strikes. Um, that's what the Tauren do. Now the trolls.
Wait, Dad.
What?
Remember when Linda said the Taurens throw steaks?
Yes. All right, let me get back to this, okay? Because you're getting off track. So next on the list we have the trolls. They have a racial ability called berserking, where they can actually go berserk for a short period of time and increase their attack and casting speed. They have increased health and mana regeneration. They can regen faster than everybody else. They they get increased experience gain from killing beasts. So while they're leveling, if they're killing beasts, they learn they level faster. And they get with a passive ability called the Voodoo Shuffle. They have reduced duration of movement pairing effects, so they don't get slowed for as long. Same thing like with the orcs, how they can't be stunned for as long. You can't slow these guys down for as long. And they're actually a lot taller than they look. They have really poor posture.
Why do they look like taller than undead people?
They are. They're much taller. These guys are they're the tallest in the game, I think.
Wait, let's check on the undead and the troll. Let's see.
Well, you can't really tell based on that.
Yeah, he's small,
but,
he's big. Yeah, I know.
So anyway, then you got the Blood Elves. The Blood Elves, they have an increased enchanting skill. They can restore resources like mana or energy with Arcane Torrent.
That's cool.
And that same ability silences nearby opponents for a short period of time. And they have a resistance to arcane damage. Okay, so they don't take as much damage from arcane. The next on the list is the goblins. Okay, the goblins are pretty cool. Okay? These guys look more like the gremlins, in my opinion.
Oh god, yeah.
They look like gremlins.
The gremlins look a lot more creepier than them.
I don't know, man. You can make these guys look pretty creepy. Look at them.
What the heck?
It's like,
yeah, what the?
But it's funny because they talk like they have like a Brooklyn accent. They're like, "How you doing?
Really?
How you doing?"
Stop.
Yeah, that's how they talk. So they can they can rocket jump forward.
Yeah,
they
rocket jump.
Yes, not rock and jump, rocket jump. Okay.
Rocket jump.
So yeah, they can rocket jump forward. They can launch those same rockets, instead of using them to launch forward, they can launch them at people. So goblins are tricky little creatures. They receive vendor discounts. They can periodically summon a personal bank. They have increased haste, and their alchemy skill and potion healing is increased. So goblins are pretty cool little. They got some cool little perks.
They're little punks.
They were originally slaves of the jungle trolls on the Isles of Kazan. The goblin race was forced to mine in like this underground mine or whatever. They basically broke their way free. They got out. So that's how they came into the horde. And then you got the Pandaren. The Pandaren are these are the only race they can choose one side or the other. They can join either the horde or the alliance. They have an ability called what is it? It's like acupuncture or something like sleep. I don't know. It's like a touch. They poke you and put you to sleep for a second. It's nice for like a little getaway. They have inner peace, means twice as much rested experience, so they can get rested experience twice as much as any other race. They get a passive ability called Epicurean, which increases the benefits they get from eating food. I mean, obviously, because they're chunky.
Like pandas.
Yes.
Pandas.
Well, they're pandas. Their cooking skill is increased.
Ooh.
And they have a racial passive called Bouncy, which means they take less falling damage. So if they fall from they can fall from a higher place than other races, and it won't get them killed. What is that? Did my stream go out? No. I don't know what that's. Oh, I know what that is. Okay, it's my the alert box. That's all. Okay. Yeah, I'll fix it later. So anyway, So yeah, these guys can join either the Horde or the Alliance.
Sorry, guys.
That's fine. So that's basically the rundown. So it's about 6 o'clock now. I've been doing about an hour. So essentially what you would do if you wanted to create a new character, what you would do is you go to the create new character screen. What? Oh. So you go to your character create screen. You pick the character, first you pick the race you want to play. Okay? So if you wanted to play, say, a hunter or say a druid, say you wanted to play a druid, okay? The only classes or the only races that can be a druid is a troll or a tauren. This class is reserved specifically for them. They're the only ones that can do it. So you got a troll or a tauren. They can be druids. Okay. So now we already have our druid in here. What don't we have? A paladin. So we don't have a paladin in here yet.
What is a paladin?
Paladin?
Uh-huh.
Well, we discussed that, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Taurens can be paladins, as can blood elves. They're the only ones that can do it. So,
oh, I thought goblins.
Nope, they can't. So, if you wanted to create a paladin, this is what you would go the way you would go about doing it. So you pick the class and the race you want. Nope, he's not making a druid. He's got his own characters on another server.
A death knight.
Yeah, he's got a death knight he's playing, and I believe a hunter.
I'll be a demon
if I'm not mistaken.
Too.
But he wants to make a demon hunter, so
I
the
used
reason
to
he's
have
doing
it hunter, but I deleted it. Remember?
So, yes. All right. So let's finish. So we'll make a paladin, okay? Unless you want to make something else. What do you want? Do you want to make like maybe a monk or a mage or a shaman? What do you want to do?
What does
or a priest? You do a shadow priest?
What's the goodest one you would choose?
I don't have a priest. I don't have a priest over here. You want to do a priest?
I would go. What character? I would like him.
No, we're on this side.
Oh, I would like that guy.
Tauren?
No.
Or the undead? Undead?
Yes.
Okay, good. So now what we can do is this is what you're gonna start out with. So you can customize your undead character. You can make them the way you want. So you can make it look like like his jaws falling off, or you could actually make him without a bottom jaw's tongue just hanging down. He's just rotted, so he's got no mouth. Or you can give him a mouth. You can give him features where he looks like really dead, like green tongue and all that. So you can do that, or you can just give him a regular face. What do you want?
I would like.
You can have like the skin peeled off his mouth and stuff.
No. Nope.
Like that? Cracked open jaw?
Nope. Yes.
You want him having the mask with no mouth?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Skin color. So you can make him like a purpley kind of like really dead color, or like a
really
pinkish
dead color.
Like that?
Yes.
Okay. Now we pick our face. Not that it really matters, but
no. No.
You want to pick the most evil looking one?
Yes. Which one is it?
He said no alliance or I'll mail you to Germany.
What?
Just pay attention. What do you want to do?
Where's the scariest one?
That was pretty creepy looking.
Yes.
Yeah. Hairstyle.
Wait, I want him bald.
Bald? Bald? Okay. Okay. All right. So.
Features. What are the
checkpoint?
Check.
Oh wait, hold on, because it's probably not going to let. Well, let's see if it'll let me do it. Nope, unavailable. So we got to do with one of those special little to get the name we want. All right, checkpoint. There we go. So now we have a priest. We have our level 1 priest. So that's how you create your class. You pick what you want, and then you would go ahead and you would log in. So what we'll do is we will pause the music, and we'll go ahead and log in. There's a little cinematic, and then we'll check out what the starting area looks like.
Oh, what's the? He was like.
Well, he stretches. Yeah, he's been dead for a while, so he's probably kind of stiff.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
What is that thing? What kind of ally?
Oh wow, everything is missing. That's really weird.
Everything?
Yeah. Like my whole... That's really weird. I don't know why it's doing that. It's like the whole...
Test bit alert. What's that?
Those are just bits. That's if you do a test.
Kicked us out.
And I got DC'd. Okay. So, that's not cool.
Just great.
It happens. Super rigor mortis, yes. Super rigor mortis. Alright, so I wonder why it's doing that. Oh, you gotta stretch? Alright, you get up and stretch too. There you go. Alright, so now we got, let's see, alert box isn't working. Let me refresh that. Okay, so there's that. Where's the other one here? What? What did they oh, well, it happens, buddy. Don't worry about it. All right, we're getting back in game now, guys. Sorry about that. Little technical difficulty with the internet connection. Wound up kicking us out for some reason. So we'll get back in. Don't worry. All right. All right, we're almost done, bud. So make sure you wash your hands. All right. All right, and we are live once again. So, looks like we got to go back and make sure that the character's stuck. It looks like it did. There we go. Okay. All right, Connor, come here, buddy. All right, leave him alone. He's fine. All right. Let's log in. Come here.
Though Lady Sylvanas and her Forsaken finally took vengeance upon their hated enemy, the Lich King, their dark crusade in Northrend proved costly. Betrayed by Grand Apothecary Putrus at the Battle of Wrathgate, the Forsaken's devious plague of death was unleashed upon both the Alliance and the Horde to calamitous effect. Unbeknownst to Sylvanas, Putrus and his demonic ally, Veramathras, had taken control of the Undercity. As a result, the Forsaken were wrongly blamed for the traitor's atrocities. Though the Undercity was eventually retaken, Sylvanas and her followers still bear the weight of Putrus' sins. Mistrusted by the other members of the Horde, the Forsaken must now prove their loyalty to the cause and redeem themselves from their supposed treachery. To this end, Sylvanas has bolstered her defenses within the Tirisfal Glades and readied her undead forces for any contingency. As one of the Forsaken, you must use your cunning and viciousness to slay any who would pose a threat to Sylvanas' rule, be they human, undead, or otherwise.
That's why we don't put that there.
Oh.
Put it up there. There you go. No, not on that. Okay, so move all this stuff here. Let's see. Profile we'll go with. There we go. All right. So here's what happens. So you talk to her first, and she brings you back to life. Okay, she's a Valkyr. Fresh out of the grave. So you take your quest, and then you go and you talk to the Undertaker, to this guy.
I didn't get it, Undertaker.
Well, that's the Undertaker's job, is to basically take people under the grave. So, yep, and this is how you start your opening quests. So, this is the starting area for the Forsaken, for the Undead. This guy kind of helps you transition from being fresh out of the grave to what you're going to be doing as one of the Forsaken. So
He just said, hello, I think, to checkpoint.
No, he says greetings, checkpoint.
Oh.
So that's basically what it is. So this is how it starts out. So let me go ahead and get the headset for everybody. All right. Okay. So, okay, yeah, just stay in basically in this little zone here where the blue is. So you gotta turn around. So, yep, just stay in that general vicinity because we gotta shut the stream down a little bit. I gotta get dinner started for Mama Linda and the kids that are gonna be here. Yeah, you can kill some mindless zombies. Go ahead. Yep, you just target one.
Where?
So you target. Oh, hold on. Target him. Okay, now press number 1.
Boom.
Yep, do it again. He's gonna start attacking you. Do it again. Do it again.
Yeah. Bonk.
There you go. Okay.
Punch them.
So that's how the game works to start out. This is the very basic beginning starter guide. So if it's something you're interested in, you can get the game online. You can go to worldofwarcraft.com. There are links for it on the checkerboard website as well as I'm talking about it. Hang on. As well as the my Facebook, Twitter. I've got links to everything everywhere. If there's one way to get there, it's from my pages. So in any case, we're gonna go ahead and shut the stream down for now, and then we will hopefully see you guys next Wednesday.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. You guys take care.
Is it over?
Not quite yet. Nope. All right. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.